Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK, back at you with another video here to break on the Monday Night Showdown slate between the Chargers and the Chiefs. A couple things before I get into the video. Here to announce the winner to the weekly $20 PayPal giveaway. So the winner is Hop Hop. If you got, you can either message me in the YouTube comment section or hit me up on Twitter. I will make sure to get you that $20 PayPal. Also, so if you're new to the channel, I'm doing a weekly giveaway, so it'll start with this video right now, where all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. It's one in the giveaway, max one comment though per video. Again, I'll start in this video, go throughout the week. We'll end with my Monday Night Showdown video at the end of the week. So however many videos I've uploaded for the week, you're in the giveaway that many times. So say if I have 10 videos uploaded for the week, you're in the giveaway 10 times. And again, the winner receives $20 PayPal for myself. Also, I upload on the channel daily videos talking NBA Draftkings as well as NFL Draftkings. So yeah, also thank you guys very much for I believe we're now over 2.2 thousand subscribers now. That's just crazy to think about. So thank you guys all so much for all the support. And yeah, that's basically it. So with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Before we get into the salaries here, let's look at the over-under and the spread as well as the snap count. So this one is going to be a very entertaining game. I'm excited about this showdown slate. Chiefs-Chargers is sitting at 53.5 with the Chiefs favored by 5.5 points. So let's take a look at the Chiefs snap counts here in their last game. So they rolled with DAMIEN Williams playing in he's playing about 75% of snaps back-to-back games. Now McCoy was a healthy inactive that last game, but even before that, he only played 10% of snaps. So I don't even know if MCCOY will get any snaps this game. Hopefully we get some clarity of that before lock. Because if not, Darrell Williams will kind of be the number 2 guy, playing about 20% of the snaps. As far as the wide receivers go, you got Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins are the number 1 and the number 2 guys. Demarcus Robinson did play in 67% of the snaps last game, so that is something to note. Mecole Hardman, he had that long touchdown, but he only played on 22% of the snaps, so he's a much riskier play. And then as far as the tight end situation goes, Kelsey's basically going to play the whole game. Played at 95% last game. Blake Bell is injured, so that is something to note. Deon Yelder will probably be the number 2 guy. But that's kind of it for the Chiefs and their snap counts. So let's take a look at the Chargers. So the Chargers, they're going to run almost a 50-50 split here with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. They were running a bit of Austin Eckler out wide. They lined him up in the slot a little bit. So that is something to note. But again, both running backs they will utilize. They will use both. As far as the wide receivers go, it's looking like a pretty simple here for the Chargers. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Andre Patton all playing over 80% of the snaps. Now, Andre Patton has not had a catch in the last 3 games, but he did get targeted 4 times. And I'll talk about him in a bit. He's a flat minimum price. So he's someone we got to consider just because of that price tag. As far as the tight end situation goes, Hunter Henry's basically going to play 75 to 85% of the snaps with Virgil Green kind of picking up the rest. But that's really it for as far as snap counts. So let's take a look at the prices again. This one should be a very entertaining game, so I'm excited about this one. Mahomes at the top at $12K. So in his first game back from injury against Tennessee, put up 32 fantasy points, threw for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Didn't do a whole lot on the ground. I think that's going to be somewhat normal just because, again, coming off that injury. So I don't think he's going to be too active running the ball. But still, we know it's Patrick Mahomes. This guy's huge upside. Again, I'll talk about a couple value plays later in the video where I think you can fit him in if you want to. So obviously there's huge upside. This game is sitting at a very, very high over-under at 53.5, so there's going to be a lot of points scored. So, yeah, Mahomes is probably one of the safest options just because, again, quarterbacks always have the highest floor on these slates. So, yeah, you got to like Mahomes here at $12K. As far as, Tyreek Hill for $10.6K, we know this guy's big, big play upside. In that last game against Tennessee, 11 catches on 19 targets for 157 yards. Now, I don't think we can expect Tyreek Hill to get 19 targets again, but we know this guy's huge, big play upside, and he's got Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. So there's not a whole lot of negative things to say. The only negatives really to say about him and Mahomes are their price tags. They're really expensive. So, yeah, if you plug in, both Mahomes and Tyreek Hill in your lineup, then it's going to be a little bit tricky. There are some value guys we'll talk about in a bit, but obviously, both those guys have huge upside. Again, there's not a whole lot of downside to say. Travis Kelce at $9K just seems really safe. He doesn't have as much upside, in my opinion, as a guy like Tyreek Hill, but he's still going to get 7 to 10 targets a game. Again, he's got Mahomes as his quarterback. He's literally gotten almost 7 targets every single game. And yeah, like I said, I don't think he has as much upside as Tyreek Hill, but he still can get you like 15 to 20 fantasy points easily at a discounted price point. So another guy you got to consider here for the Chiefs, the main three guys, the most expensive on the slate. Then we get to the Chargers. So Phillip Rivers at 8.8K, kind of like the price here. If you're going to make me choose a quarterback, I might lean towards taking the savings there in Phillip Rivers. Almost 3K difference. The Chargers are, They are 5.5 point underdogs. So, and there's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to like run up the middle every time with Melvin Gordon. Phillip Rivers is going to have to throw the ball a lot for the Chargers to stay in this game. Now, I know he's been not the best last 3 games, but again, this is a great spot. There's going to be a lot of points scored. So 8.8K, I think he's a very, very fair price tag. And I think I would slightly lean towards him taking the savings if you're going to make me pick between the quarterbacks. Now, personally, I'm probably going to play both. But if you're just picking one, I might take the savings there in Phillip Rivers. So Melvin Gordon at 8.6K, they really wanted to establish him in that last game against Oakland. Gave him the ball 22 times on the ground. He will still get utilized a bit in the pass game as well. So very, very viable. He is, like 2,000 more than Austin Eckler? Yeah, so again, if you're picking between the two Chargers running backs, it's kind of my same breakdown. I think Melvin Gordon is safer because he's just going to get the ball more. They utilize him more on the ground. I think Austin Eckler is a bit riskier, but they like to utilize him in the pass game. And this is a game that the Chargers should be playing from behind in. So I like both backs. Melvin Gordon, again, I think is a little bit safer. If the Chargers fall behind, though, I think they might utilize Austin Eckler a bit more. So take that into consideration. Keenan Allen, I do like the price on him a good amount as well at 8.4K. Earlier in the season, this guy had a great start to the year, right? 29, 17, 46 fantasy points. He's been a bit down, last few weeks, but still, that last game against Oakland, 11 targets, 8 catches for 68 yards. So again, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. You get him at a discounted price here at 8.4K for being a number 1 receiver. So very much like Keenan Allen there at 8.4. Hunter Henry at 8.2. He's been really, really good this year. And I think he's kind of like the Travis Kelce. Like, I don't think he has as much upside as Keenan Allen, but I think he's a bit safer just because the targets are there. He's getting, again, probably like 7 to 10 targets a game, kind of like Travis Kelce. I think Travis Kelce obviously has a bit more upside than him, but Hunter Henry, very viable here at 8.2K. Again, these Chargers guys, you get a discount off of those Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs guys. Now we get to Kansas City running back here, DAMIEN Williams. So he was missed Friday's practice, I believe, for personal reasons, but he's going to be back, and it looks like he's going to be good to go for this one. I like the price on him a good amount, just because, again, they're utilizing him as the number 1 back right now, like 75% of snaps. Early in the season, it was kind of like a 3-headed monster, but now it's looking like DAMIEN Williams is taking over as the number 1 back, and he's a guy that's a pretty good pass-catching running back as well. So at 7.4K, I do like him a good amount. If he's going to continue to play 75% of snaps, again, this game, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. He was only questionable for personal reasons, so I think he's going to be good to go. So I do like the price on him a good amount there at 7.4K. Austin Eckler, again, I think he's a bit riskier than Melvin Gordon, but he's still, he'll get utilized a bunch in the pass game. If the Chargers fall behind like by a couple scores, I think they kind of phase out Melvin Gordon and use Austin Eckler a bit more. So, if you think the Chargers can keep this one close, obviously Melvin Gordon's probably going to be the preferred target. If you think the Chargers will be playing from behind this one, then I think you want to go with Austin Eckler. Now we get to the number 2 receivers for both teams. I think both are pretty fairly priced. Sammy Watkins at 6K. The thing I like is just the targets the last 3 games. 8, 10, and 9 targets. Again, he's got Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. You get a huge discount off a guy like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce if you can't afford them. I have no issue going with Sammy Watkins. He's fully healthy now, right? He had that hamstring injury early in the year. But again, like 6K for a guy that's going to basically be out there. What did he play last time, snap-wise? Like 75, 80% of snaps. Played 90% the week before. So, yeah, I think you got to like him here at 6K, and you get him at a discount off of those main guys. So, very much like him. Mike Williams at 5.8K. Yeah, another guy that will, basically be playing like the whole game. Played 95% of snaps. He's got the big play upside as well. So, again, if you can't afford those guys up top, I think Sammy Watkins and Mike Williams are very, very viable here in the mid-range just because these guys are going to be out there the whole game. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. So, and you get these guys off of discounted discount price off those main guys. And both guys have big play upside as well, Sammy Watkins and Mike Williams. So I think those guys are very, very viable here in the mid-range. And if you play both those guys, then you can probably get both quarterbacks. You can probably get one more like stud receiver. So I think both those guys are very, very fairly priced with upside. Now we get to kind of the cheaper options. I'm honestly not super excited about a lot of these guys. McCoy at 5.2K, again, was healthy and active. Andy Reid said it was because of maintenance-related reasons, but the week before that, he only put in 10% of the snaps. So unless we get clarity that LeSean McCoy is going to be utilized a lot in this game, I just can't do it. There's just no way I can take a shot on him. So that's the only way I would consider him if we know that he's going to be utilized a decent amount in that offense. Other than that, it's just a cross-off for me. McCole Hardman, I think I'll let others chase that. That he had one catch for 63 yards and a touchdown. Don't think we can expect that again. He's playing on 20% of the snaps. Can he get you there in 20%? Sure. Like I said, he can catch a long touchdown like he did last week, but at 4.8K, why would you play a guy that's going to play 20% of snaps when you can get Mike Williams and Sammy Watkins basically playing the whole game for an extra 1,000? It just doesn't make sense. So that's why McCole Hardman also kind of a cross-off. Now, Demarcus Robinson's interesting. He played on 67% of the snaps last game, so he's almost playing 2/3 of the snaps. He's not a guy that has huge upside, but in the last game got targeted 5 times, 4 catches. So I think he is playable here at 4.4K. Me personally, though, I think I would rather just pay a little bit more for Williams and Watkins. But I think DeMarcus Robinson is playable here at 4.4K. Darrell Williams, I guess I think I would only go there if LeSean McCoy is going to be inactive again. Darrell Williams played on 20% of the snaps. I mean, can he get you there in that time? Sure, he can get a short touchdown run or something like that, but it's a much riskier play there at 4.2K. The 2 kickers, very, very viable. Now, I don't think I would play both in a GPP lineup. I definitely think one is playable, especially in a game that has a really, really high over/under. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. Could be a lot of field goals. So Buckner, Badgley, don't have a strong lead either way, but I definitely think one is playable for a GPP lineup. As far as the defenses go, which is not for me on this slate, I'll target the defenses in the lower over/under games. Now, can one of these defenses get a pick 6 or something like that? Sure. But it's a 53.5 over/under. There's going to be a lot of points scored on this one. That's why I'm kind of just not looking at the defenses. Other options, let's see. Okay, so Andre Patton. This is the risky play of the slate, I guess, right? So he's played on 80% of the snaps in the last 3 games, and he has yet to have a catch. Now, he finally got targeted 4 times the last game. Philip Rivers targeted him twice on deep balls, but just missed them. So this is obviously a more risky option just because he hasn't caught a ball in the last 3 games. But if he's going to continue to play those type of snaps, I think he's very, very viable. And again, there's not a whole lot of great value on the slate. So plugging a guy like Andre Patton in your lineup, you can almost get whoever else you want in there. So that's something you got to consider. Do you want to play a more balanced lineup? Or do you want to throw a guy like Andre Patton in there? Hopefully he can get you a couple catches, and then you'll be good to go. So that's something you got to consider. I think he's definitely viable at $200, a flat minimum price if he's going to be out there basically the whole, or the 80% of the snaps. Is there anyone else even to talk about here? Let's see. I mean, Deion Yelder is going to be the number 2 tight end. I don't think that's a huge boost, but I guess he's a playable dart throw as a guy that's probably going to be sub 2% owned. So yeah, he's a dart throw guy, but no one I'm going to feel great about. So really, as far as the cheap guys go, it's kind of Andre Patton at 200, which I think is definitely viable. The kickers are in play. I think DeMarcus Robinson is solid. And then you get to those mid-range guys like Watkins and Williams as far as the value goes. Again, there's not a whole lot of value plays on the slate, in my opinion, that are playable. So let's talk about captains. Normally, I don't target the quarterbacks on for captains in the showdown slates, but this one, there's going to be a lot of points scored. So I think Mahomes or Rivers are definitely viable. Again, if you're going to play one of those guys in the captain spot, if you're going to play Mahomes in the captain spot, always make sure you get some correlation. So make sure you play probably a couple receivers, I'd say at least. So you got Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, or a cheaper receiver in there. Same kind of thing here with Philip Rivers. If you're going to play him in the captain spot, get some correlation, get Keenan Allen, maybe one of the running backs in there. But yeah, Tyreek Hill, I think he has huge upside. Again, we know he got targeted 19 times. He has the big play upside. He's got Mahomes as his quarterback. So there's not a whole lot of bad things to say about him. Only bad thing, again, is kind of the price. But he has huge upside if you want to play in the captain spot. I think he's going to be pretty popular. Other captain spots, I think both tight ends are pretty safe here with Hunter Henry and Travis Kelce. If you want to go a little bit safer route, again, I think kind of the same thing with Melvin Gordon. He's a bit safer. But if the Chargers fall behind kind of big, they might phase him out of the offense a bit. I like Keenan Allen a decent amount here as a captain spot at a kind of discounted price. So wouldn't mind throwing him in there. I think he goes maybe a bit lower owned on this slate as far as captains goes. I think a lot of people are going to try to get those Kansas City Chiefs guys. So I think Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, even Travis Kelce would be pretty popular as captains. But again, I kind of like the price there on Keenan Allen. I think he has some big play upside. We know he has it in him, right? Early in the year, he put up like 50 fantasy points on one game. Austin Eckler, I don't mind either. I think this is more of a contrarian play because, again, if the Chargers fall behind, he will be utilized a lot as a pass-catching running back. And early in the season, again, when he was like being the main guy, he had some big upside. So again, if they fall behind early, I think Eckler gets more work. So he's someone I would consider as a contrarian captain play. Both guys in the mid-range, Sammy Watkins and Mike Williams, very, very viable as well. You know they're going to play the whole game, and you get them at a discounted price. So plugging one of those guys in there, I think is very viable. And then as far as like going for like a cheap guy in the captain spot, I mean, I always talk about this for lineup construction. You could always throw one of those cheap guys in. So say you think Andre Patton is going to get like maybe a few catches, right? He's playing like 80% of the snaps. So I think that's viable. And if you plug him in the captain spot and hope maybe he gets a touchdown, then you got 9.9K remaining. You can basically get whoever else you want in your lineup. So that's always an option too if you want to go that route. But yeah, I think that's about it. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed the content, would really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe. Again, if you want to get entered in the giveaway, all you have to do is have a like and a comment in the video. That's one in the giveaway. If you guys are interested in NBA, I already have my look at the NBA main slate for Monday up on my channel. So take a look at that if you're interested. But thanks again for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.